Hey y'all, what's up? Okay, so your girl just became an affiliate for Kiara LASHAE, teamlashae.com. Check down below in the description box where you can get waist trainers, booty bands, this cute little lavender yoga fit that I had got. Okay, it was real cute. I've been working out in it, y'all. I'm getting my life to Kiara LASHAE, but I'm also getting my life to this ISO tee. Y'all can play around if y'all want to, but it has definitely helped me see results in my workout. Definitely dropped some water weight. Definitely been cleaning out my colon and such. Okay, get your colon clean. All right, y'all. Links to everything down below. Team LASHAE, TLCT. Get that ISO T in your life, okay? Oh, and also, don't forget about Omiage. Get you some. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondy Blue and I am back for Married at First Sight season 11. At first I thought I was gonna tag this on to Marriage Boot Camp, but I think I'm gonna just make it a video all on its own. So without further ado, let's get into Married at First Sight. One of the first couples is Bennett and Amelia. They're both artsy fartsy people. She doesn't shave under her arms. He has, a whole bunch of odd jobs he does around New Orleans. That's another reason why I decided to go ahead and give this a try after y'all have asked so many times, because it's in New Orleans this season. And y'all know I am from New Orleans. I live New Orleans adjacent, okay? I live on the West Bank of New Orleans, okay? But I am from New Orleans, okay? So yeah, now that I've said that, let's get back into Bennett and Amelia. Okay, so without sounding rude, because that's not what I'm trying to do, I really enjoy Bennett and Amelia's energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're bohemian, you know what I'm saying? She has hair under her arms. He rides a bicycle around New Orleans. Like, it's great. But there are a certain type of people here in New Orleans. And Amelia is not that. Amelia may look like that. She may look like she hasn't washed herself all the way, but she has. She's a doctor. Okay, so like they give you grungy, dirty, hippie, out on the neutral ground vibe. Okay, here in New Orleans, there's always like, especially in, the Ninth Ward, St. Claude area that, we've now decided to call Bywater and whatever else they've been calling it post-Katrina that, prior to, we were just calling it the Ninth Ward. But, off St. Claude, but okay, fine. And I'm not saying that she lives in that area, but it's around that area. Esplanade, around that Ninth Ward area where there are a lot of seemingly poor homeless people. And they're all kind of white. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you know that this is not what the situation really is. But they are always on the street. They have dogs and they're on the street. They're not like the regular homeless people that are under the bridge. They're a different crew, okay? So I hope I'm not really being offensive, but I don't know how else to say it. Like, it's what we call them here. Like, they don't wear regular deodorant. So in a large number, they can create a wafting smell across an entire 2-lane street. I have been on one side of Esplanade and they've been on the other side of Esplanade or on the neutral ground, and you can just smell it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's the vibe that they give. But they seem to not be homeless. They seem to shower. Now, are they using regular antiperspirants? No. They're probably using hippie crystals or something along those lines. Hey, I use hippie crystals, except for when I'm working out and going somewhere, okay? When I'm inside, it's hippie crystals under the boob, okay? So, okay, like it's no hate, just observations. But they're both very creative. They love being outside. I mean, they're going to be a great couple. Like, I'm looking at them and I'm so hopeful about their relationship because I feel like they're both the same type of people. They will understand each other. And that's really great, to find somebody that fits into your thing, especially if your thing is not everybody's thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, having money is everybody's thing, okay? Being a hippie, who's grungy, yeah, that's not everybody's thing. So to find a match, magic. And I'm actually excited to see what, happens between Amelia and Bennett. Okay, I just want to get this out the way that everybody's families, everybody's friends feels like this is ridiculous. Everybody. So I'm not gonna except for Christine's mom. Christine's mom, I think, is like the only person that didn't have a negative reaction to all of this. But everyone else's family and friends had a negative reaction to the idea that you would marry someone at first sight. Okay, so let's just get that out the way so I don't have to keep saying it over and over again. Okay. All right, so Karen 30 and Miles 26, because apparently at this point in my notes, I started citing the ages, but I didn't cite the age of Bennett and Amelia. Sorry, didn't know if I was going to stick around, but by this point, I'm like, okay, let's go ahead and give it a go. So, Karen and Miles. I don't know. Okay, I don't know either of these people. My husband says that we met Amani, which is another girl on the show, and she looked familiar to me, but y'all know, I see, and I filter so many people in, like my mind, y'all. It's not the steel trap it once was. But she did look familiar to me. He said we were at my friend Emeka's birthday party and she was there, and there were a whole bunch of people there that night, and we were all having a good time. It was great energy. So yeah, she did look familiar to me, and he reminded me where we, knew her from, but I don't know her personally. But yeah, Karen and Miles, not so much. So Karen's last dude had a baby on her, and she has lots of walls up because of the relationships that she has been in. Of course, when she tells her mom about this, her mom is very upper middle class black lady from New Orleans, and there's class, but there's also, you done lost your damn mind about these types of women. I know them, they're in my family. Okay. So I was just like, yeah, this looks really familiar to me. That mama was like, girl, have you lost your damn mind? I was just like, I mean, I can't get mad at anybody for reacting in this way. It's 2020. You don't get married to someone you don't know. But I also feel like if anybody's watched this show, then sometimes they, hit a home run, and other times it's terrible. And you don't understand why they would ever do that. And there's a couple on here that I'm just like, why would anybody ever do that? And we're going to get to it. But let's move on to Miles. Miles wants love. Miles is emotional. Miles is in touch with his feminine side. And look, my father was a strong man, and I still saw him cry at least twice in his life that I knew him, okay? And, it was all, of course, when people were dying, or when I got my period, or when I wasn't the valedictorian or the salutatorian, but got the most awards at my 8th grade graduation. So yeah, he cried then too. Only when he was proud or, sad because someone died, okay? So I've still seen a very strong man cry. So it is not a thing of weakness for me to see a man cry. I think they're supposed to cry. Now, you're not supposed to cry at a drop of a hat, but nobody's supposed to be crying at the drop of a hat. Not even a woman, okay? But Miles is rather emotional for, I guess most people's standards, but I wasn't really picking up on it in a negative way. Like, at least not for me, but we're just seeing him this first episode. He just seemed like he was cool and chill, and, he had a good energy about him. And for me, a lot of the time, it's about people's energies. That might sound whatever to y'all, but it is what it is, okay? If you don't think what animates me is energy, I don't know what to tell you, but that's what it is. Spirit, energy, same thing. But Miles has grandparents who have been married for 50 years. So he's trying to get that out of life. I'm like, child, good luck. I'm just saying, like, times are much different than they were 50 years ago as it pertains to women and men's identities and their roles in relationships. You know what I'm saying? I think forward-thinking men and women have to be open to those roles not being the same. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I think it's a little bit more difficult to compare, your grandparents' 50-year marriage from, 50 years ago versus today with the way things are now. Like, I just feel like it's increasingly more distracting to a couple than it used to be when you didn't have social media and Facebook and all of these different, ways to contact people or to see other people. When you don't see as many people, it's easier for you to stay focused on the person that you're focused on, okay? And at the end of the day, tunnel vision is tunnel vision. So if you really have tunnel vision on a person, it don't matter how many distractions come along. You should be able to just focus on that one person. But it's a relationship, and relationships over time change. So I'm just wondering if his expectations are realistic for the time frame in which he lives in. Let's press on. Olivia, okay? Olivia and Brett. I like Olivia. I think Olivia has really cool energy, okay? She seems like a really sweet, nice person. And that is why I don't understand why they are putting her with Brett. What I did understand about Brett is that Brett has been cheated on and had his heart broken in the past. That's all good. But when that happens to men, what ends up happening is they form like this hard shell because they just cannot get over that someone hurt them. Wham, wham, wham. Like, I'm sorry to be like that, but I feel like, don't we all get hurt in relationships over time? Especially if you're not with the person you've, been in love with since high school or something. When you're dating, people disappoint you through life. Even in marriages, people disappoint you. So when men have this like overreaction to somebody hurting them, it's just kind of like, I wish you would man the fuck up. But you know what? Go ahead, Brett. Spend the rest of your life in your damn feelings because you had one girl that hurt your feelings. Like, grow up. I'm just saying, men hurt women every day, B. Every day. And they got to go along with their life and be strong and all of that. Specifically black women, I feel like white women too. But, child, at least y'all get to be sad and demure and cry at work and all that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? Like I said, I like Olivia. She has cats. She likes Lil Wayne for her karaoke. So, I can understand her. Like, we could be cool. And Brett reminds me of my friend Brett. Okay, he's not as much of an asshole, but, he's also a more forgiving, emotional person. My Brett. You know what I'm saying? But it's something, it's something about these Bretts, boy. Okay? They will make your nerves bad. But Brett is also a cat lover. So they have that in common. At this point, he's a serial dater. So his family, of course, does not see him taking this situation seriously at all. And that's what we basically got from him the entire episode, that this is not a serious situation for him. His dad specifically was not feeling this at all. And I was just kind of like, yeah, Dad, I'm not feeling it either. I don't think he's ready either. Not even a little bit. But okay, we'll see where this goes. I'm open. And then we get to Amani and Woody. Amani is having a hard time dating in recent time. The last guy she dated, she found out he was married. I was like, oh, Lord. So, she feels like her options aren't that great out here in New Orleans. And not all the time they are. You know what I'm saying? Like, dudes in New Orleans, especially dudes from in New Orleans, like, they like themselves so much. Like, so much. It can be a bit exhausting. You know what I'm saying? Like, say red. All right, win whatever then, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I understand where Amani is coming from. Enter Woody. Woody is also friends with Miles. And when they all met up, the friend group does not think that Woody is ready for marriage at all. And he was singing us this story about how he's all about love and all of this and that. And it's like, do you know the difference between love and lust, Woody? Because something tells me you may not be that clear on that. Either way, he has a really good personality and he's giving I know how to fuck vibes. So, yeah, we'll see how this goes. Also, Woody was the only one with the accent. And I was like, thank God. Like, everybody's in their interview voice. And Woody was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because I was like, and it was like, and I was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? With the yeah, you know what I'm saying? Get that yeah with the yeah with the yeah. You know what I mean? Like that. So, that's how New Orleans people talk, y'all. Like, and I was just happy to finally hear it because I hate when people be in New Orleans and I don't hear no damn accents. And it's like, where are y'all at? So y'all, Christina. Christina is 30 and she spends most of her intro talking about the type of flowers that she would want a man to give her. She's never really gotten flowers from a man and she would want the exotic kinds. And it's like, is that what you're worrying about? I almost feel like they edited her in order to look as, ridiculously uptight and surface level as she is. I don't know if she really is that way, but that's the way they made it look. She says that she knows what it's like to be a party girl and now she's ready to settle on down. And I was like, do you know what it's like to be a party girl? Do you? I want y'all to keep that in y'all minds. We're going to circle back. So they want her to be with Henry. Henry is also a stick in the mud. You know what I'm saying? He's more open to having a good time than Christina is. But at the same time, he is a little bit more, you know, chill, quiet, calm, not for the extra. And when all of the guys met up, Woody was doing the most. Woody and Brett were doing the most. And Miles, Bennett, and Henry were just sitting there like, oh my God. Like, oh, we gonna do this all night? But what I noticed about Christina and Henry is that they both lack confidence. And that is, I guess, why they put them together, in hopes that both of them having a lack of confidence, they would boost each other up. And it wouldn't be coming from a narcissistic place, the way it can sometimes be when people don't have those types of self-esteem issues. If a man is with a woman like Christina and he doesn't have self-esteem issues as well, or even if he does and he distributes those issues in a negative way towards her and only maximizes her insecurity issues, it's not a good fit. So having somebody, you know, a guy that used to be fat that lost weight, and a girl who, I don't know, may not think that highly of herself for whatever reason, child, who knows. But those two people come together and he's not as much of an asshole and she's a little bit more soft and demure because she's so excited that he showed up to the party. So yeah, that relationship might work out a little bit better, but we'll see. They go shopping for attire for the wedding. I was kind of annoyed that they drug this out to the extent that they did. I think Olivia didn't really think she was going to find a dress and wasn't really comfortable with her body at first, but eventually found a dress that she would like. Woody was caught between a maroon colored suit and a white suit, and I almost felt like he should have chose the maroon. Like, I just felt like his first mind was right, that I thought the maroon was really nice. But that's all I really remember from them trying on tux and wedding dresses. I think that, what it was, Amani or the other black girl, I can't remember, but one of them had on a like, I think a lot of the girls' dresses were beautiful, but I feel like I remember this applique in a certain way on one of their dresses. But like I said, don't really remember much. It was kind of like, ugh. So they have the bachelor and bachelorette party. Christina is a stick in the mud, to say the least. Like, she was really uncomfortable with the guys. I think I'm just gonna have to make this one whole video. Okay. She was really uncomfortable with this one stripper. They had one little short guy stripper, and it was just like, that's it. Like, y'all could have had at least two guys in here. Like, give me some variety. But, you know, what, I mean, I'm just saying it's New Orleans, but like, whatever, okay? Like, y'all want to have this little bitty, you know, little bitty man in here stripping for everybody, then that's fine. But I felt like we couldn't have like one tall, big, fine man up in here, you know, to give us a little variety to this situation. But you know what, whatever, fine. Christina was really uncomfortable. Amelia and Olivia, I believe, offered to go outside and sit with her if she wanted to. And she was like, no, I don't want to. You know, so they were just like, okay, whatever. And everybody proceeds to have a good time with her, you know, acting like it was such a big deal. I'm so uncomfortable. I'm like, I thought you were a party girl. How do you know what it's like to be a party girl, but you're so uncomfortable with one stripper? Everybody's having a good time. Why are you killing the vibe? She was killing the vibe, you guys. Totally killing the vibe. Even one of her friends was like, okay, you can stay out here, but I'm about to go back inside. It was just like... And at the bachelor party, Brett got wasted. I mean, I don't know why he thought he was gonna, you know, outdrink everybody. Like, nobody's in a competition to get fucked up with you, Brett. Like, stop it. But he gets drunk, ends up flirting with one of Henry's friends. It was really embarrassing because she was like, aren't you here to get married? Like, get off of me. Like, ew. Like, she gave him that vibe to the point where everybody got up and walked away from him because he was being such a drunk sleaze next to this girl. I mean, flirting with the waitress who was giving them the drinks. He was just doing a lot. Eventually, he just gets in a truck and leaves while everybody else is left behind to finish up their night and, you know, reflect. We saw Karen and Miles' wedding first. And it seems as if she knew him already and she doesn't like him. She was like, he's just too emotional and he's too this and he's too that. He's not my type. Oh my God, am I ruining my life? Am I making the worst decision ever? It's like, girl, like, I get that marriage is a big deal. Obviously, I'm in one. But ultimately, you can get an annulment or a divorce. It's not that deep. Second of all, the fact that you haven't found a man should show you that you don't always have the best taste in men. So maybe you need to give Miles a try if you don't want to end up with another married man because you looking for, you know, some sophisticated swag shit that results in niggas thinking they can trick off on you while they got a wife. So do yourself a favor and go ahead and try it and see what it's like. You might be surprised what it's like to be with a man that's not mistreating you. I'm just saying, y'all. I understand this is a serious moment, but that's how I felt about the way she responded to finding out who he was. Anyway, y'all, I thought I was going to make this a part of Marriage Boot Camp, but you know, it was long enough to make by itself. So I hope y'all enjoyed. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. And I will see y'all in the next one.